What's your guys' preferred method for cure? Because this method, or this time around, I'm kind of doing a bit of an experiment, and it's almost like sacrificing my hard-earned work. I'm gonna be trying these elusive, highly sought after, overhyped Grove bags, or not overhyped, sorry, hyped Grove bags. I don't know what it is, man. Everywhere I go on the internet, someone's talking crazy about these Grove bags. They came out of nowhere, and these things will not only like cure your weed, they'll take care of your wife. They're gonna like take care of the dishes. Like it's nuts, man.
This is the new CalMag.
This is the new CalMag. So, and Irving Farms, someone who I respect in the chat, says he loves them. So it's like they're not just paid actors out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's people who I look up to and I've spoken to and I respect who are using them. And then there's the Sea Vault. I'm also going to be trying the Sea Vault this turn around. I've never tried them before. I'm going to be trying their like the 14-ounce one or something. They got the big ones, they've got some small ones, and so I'm going to be doing some comparison, and then I'm going to throw some into just some regular mason jars and see what happens. And I know, or I'm pretty sure that the two options, either Grove or the Sea Vaults, are going to do better than the traditional jar. But by how much? That's the question. So that's going to be the test. Do you guys have any preference to either of those methods? Or
I've been using the glass mason jars for many, many years. I got my hands on the Grove bags and working pretty fine. I didn't use them for curing, using them for storage, and they do hold the humidity in there. So that's one thing I was concerned about, is like, for me living in a very dry climate, if the humidity is just going to get sucked out like any other plastic bag that I put my butt into, but I did have it in a what?
Did you vacuum seal the bag?
That's why I was going to get to that. Yeah, I ended up also heat sealing it.
Oh, yeah.
So just heat sealing, not really like a true vacuum seal, isn't taking out all the oxygen or anything like that, all the air out of there. But yeah, definitely heat seal, because if I didn't heat seal, it would escape, right? And I don't have a heat seal machine. I was just using a lighter, old school technique, lighter, work the way down. And yeah, I actually have a couple of my Canatrol back there, and they're holding steady at the humidity there. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, in the future for me, I mean, I'm going to try this Canatrol for drying and curing. I've been using it for storage. It's been holding steady. Actually kind of getting tired of talking about this Canatrol. Everyone always asking about it and stuff like that, so I won't get deep into it here. But yeah, that's potentially the future.
There was a guy in my Discord talking about it. Like, everyone's doing the same thing, and it's the same conversation, same this. Well, just like anything, you get so far to a point where like we've perfected what we're doing for ourselves, and we're still getting better and perfecting our crafts more. How much more information is there on a subject before you're talking about the same thing? And I think when this Canatrol comes out, or Canatrol, it really changes people's perspective on what's going on. It's an innovative thing. It's something different than what we've had. So it's a very hot topic. Same with Grove bags. It's a hot topic. Everything else is the same. It's been the same since medical and recreational became legal. The only difference is now science is starting to come in, where people are like, hey, that's bro science, or hey, that's not real, or hey, you should do this. There's not a new innovative conversation. I think this is something that really changes the game for a lot of people. It's a product, but it's also technology. And so that's probably why people are talking about it so much. I know I'm super interested,
Yeah. I get excited about these things.
Sorry, Chris.
A new way, a new way to do things, man. The mason jar is a great, in my opinion, it was, and perhaps still is, but I have not figured it out yet, the best way to cure and store your product. That's the way it was, man. There was no other better way to do it. People would even argue that you just throwing them in Ziploc still was the best way to do it, but for reasons I disagree. But to see something now, and I've been doing this for not as long as many in the chat, decades, but I've been doing this for 15-ish years, and it's like it's exciting. It's exciting to have something new to the conversation. It's not a mason jar anymore. You know what I mean? It's not. That's big. And then this is perhaps why I'm so skeptical, because it's like for ages it feels like we've been doing it this one way. And then when someone breaks in with like something new, and it's just like, I'm skeptical, because it's like, wait a second, plastic, anything just has me skeptical. And then they tell me, and then it also advertises that it outgasses the excess moisture and oxygen. And people in the comments were like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, well, that's what it says on their website. So it's like, if you're telling me it maintains a temperature, it either somehow gets rid of it or adds it. You know what I mean? It has to, by nature, because when we put this stuff in there, it's going to swing. So yeah, I'm excited. It's a new toy. Yeah, it's magic.
Yeah, you would think with the Grove bags that, especially if you're heat sealing it, that the air would just stay stagnant in there. You have maybe humidity pockets in there, and it could lead to mold and stuff like that. But nobody's seeing that, so it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's their IP. It's their
their technology, man.
Their technology that they've created.
Approach.
Yep. Innovative.
I think this is where
technology.
It's the next level of things. People are talking about LEDs,
Science.
like UV's the innovative thing. What's next? Curing in the final product, I think, is something that people are trying to perfect. That's the thing that's been the most Neanderthal, so to speak. Just grab your plant, hang it upside down, give it these days, cut or toss it in an old mason jar that you make moonshine in, and you're good. It's like now it's like a scientific process
that you can do at home. That
Yeah.
people have been doing on a at scale for a while, but now you can do it at home.
I'm the
it's
old
pretty
school
awesome.
guy with blunts and hanging my plants and
Yeah.
all this
Imagine,
old school stuff.
It's like, that's just it. It's like, I'm just getting into, and a lot of the young growers are already doing, but it's like, I'm just having the conversation now about using a tent to dry my stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on, it's
I remember when you
23.
got your
People have
tent,
been
you were
using.
skeptical.
That's right. And people have been using tents for decades. It's probably been pretty close to 20 years they've been using tents. Pretty close.
For
I'd say it's been
centuries.
The caveman was out there, beating wildebeest and hanging them in his tent. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, that's the way I'm going to handle my my cure and dry this time. And that's Dreadnought, OG. I don't think I ever mentioned that, but I'm proud of it. Filled it a 4x4 tent with one plant.
This clip was brought to you by AC Infinity, leaders in garden innovation. Use discount code TheStash15 at checkout to save some money on your order.
From the Stash Podcast.